Okay, children, we are going to recap about expressing tens as decimals, as well as expressing fraction into decimal as well. So let's just recap what you have learned last week. So we have learned last week as the place value. You should learn in primary 3. I mean, all the way from primary 1, you should learn that this is tens, ones, right? In primary 1, you learn this. Followed by hundreds, thousands, right? And now in primary 4, you're going to learn something about decimals. So this is the decimal point. And the next place value after the decimal point, which you learned last week, is not one, it's tenth. Okay, with the TH, it's very important. That means it's less than one tenth. That means it's divided into 10 equal parts and one part only. This is a tenth, 1/10. Okay, and then followed by the next place value today we're going to learn. So don't worry, later I'm going to explain. The next one is hundreds with the TH. Yeah, so this is actually 1/100. Okay, so this is divided into 10 equal parts, and 100 is divided into 100 parts. This is the place value that you need to know. Okay, so 1/10 is here, and then you're just going to copy down the decimals. And obviously here, there's a big fat 0 here. There's nothing, so less than 1. So 1/10 is 0.1. So let's go. So this will be 2/10. So if I'm going to write it down as spelling, it's 2/10. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 equal parts. And then the next one will be, this is 3/10. 3 out of 10 equal parts. And go on, 4/10. 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10. So I'm going to use the 0.9, okay? This is 9/10. So if I draw the place value, I'm just going to write the ones and the decimal point, followed by the, what's the place value after the decimal point? Yes, you are correct, tenth with the TH, because this is less than 1, okay? So 0.9, if I write it down, will be 0. Decimal point 9/10. Or in other words, 9 out of 10 equal parts. So you should know that you should know how to do the decimal to fraction already. Okay, so express the decimal to fraction. So we are going to do a few questions next. So this is 2.7. As you can see, there is a 2. This is 2 whole or 2 ones. So if you can see the place value, 2 ones. And don't forget the decimal point. And followed by the 7/10. Okay, don't forget the decimal point. A lot of people forget the decimal point. If you forget the decimal point, then it becomes 27. So it will be 2 ones, 7/10. So you have 2.7. So if I change this to fraction, how do I change this to fraction? 2 ones will be 2 whole, 7/10. 7/10. If I express it as a fraction, 7/10, the denominator will be 10, because that means that rectangle is divided into 7 equal parts, 10 equal parts, sorry. The denominator is divided, the denominator 10th, that means it's divided into 10 equal parts. So which is here. Okay, and the numerator will be 7th. So this is the fraction. So if you write it down, our Miss Wong will write it like that. So it's 2 whole and 7/10. Okay, so this is what it does. So let's go through some exercises now. Okay, let's do some exercises. Okay, let's start with 0.7. So this one, 0.7. Okay, so draw the place value. I have ones, followed by the decimal point. Don't forget about the decimal point. The next one should be 10th. Okay, so 0 once. Don't forget about the decimals. And 7 tenths. So 7 tenths is, if you write over in fraction, if you express it in a fraction, is 7 out of 10 equal parts. Tenth. That means a rectangle is cut into 10 equal parts and 7 of them are shaded. So 7 tenths. So I'm going to go into the very difficult one, which is 42.9. Then I'm going to leave you to do the rest. So if I don't look at the 9 first, I look at 42. Can you tell me what is the place value of 42? You learned this in primary 1. 42, you will learn that it's actually tens and ones. And you should know 42 is 4 tens, 2 ones. Easy? Yes. So let's tackle about the decimal now. So decimal, I'm just going to draw the decimal point, which is very important. And what is the place value after the decimal point? Yes, you're correct. It's tenth. So now, what is left is 0.9. So I'm going to write it down here. So you get 42.9. So 42, 4 tens, 2 ones, no problem. So you can write 42, 4 tens, 2 ones. Now this is a fraction, 9 tenths. So it's 9 out of 10 equal parts. The tenth tells me the denominator is 10. Okay, so tenth, the denominator is 10. So there you go. So can you try to do 4.3 and 0.3? Now, do it now. Okay, so you have done. Let's try. 4.3, so let's do the place value. 4.3, okay, so we have ones, and then the decimal point. What's the next place value after the decimal point? Yes, it's tenth, with the th, okay? So 4 should be 4 ones, 3 should be 3 tenths. Okay, so don't forget to write the 4 wholes, 4 ones, don't forget. Okay, followed by the 3 tenths. Now 3 tenths expressed in a fraction will be 3 out of 10 equal parts. So this is the answer. 0.3 is a very easy one, okay? So let's do this. Ones, followed by the decimal point, followed by the tenth. So 0, 0 ones. That means it is less than 1. Don't forget the decimal point. And the 3. 3 tenths. 3 tenths is equals to 3 out of 10 equal parts. So this is your answer. Do you get it correct?